Okay, everyone, here we are on the draw against Cuba Gaming, first ever game here with our Esper Myth in the Ice deck. Well, I am not really sure what looks like a good hand and what doesn't look like a good hand, so I'll tell you what, we have two Scours and Flood Strand. We're just going to go ahead and keep and see what happens. Our opponent went 6. Okay, basic island. Mountain, rather. Got islands on the brain, apparently. Just going to go here, and I'm going to snap off a Hallowed Fountain shock here. Even in the face of this basic mountain. No fear. Oop, okay, this might be Dredge. If they still play this kind of stuff. Yep. Okay, well that was not the thing we wanted to draw, so let's go ahead and Thought Scour ourselves. Definitely don't want to put any of our opponent's cards in the graveyard for him or her. Okay, so there's a Spell Pierce in the land. Alright, so let's play out the Delta and pass the turn. I think our game plan here is going to be, okay, comes the Narcomoeba. So this is of course going to be something of a very difficult matchup. And like I said, I think the plan is going to be pretty much get this Gurmag Angler into our graveyard, or rather, delve it out into play as quickly as we can. So, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in the yard. I actually needed 6. Maybe I should have shocked there. So why don't we go ahead and shock in a Hallowed Fountain. What's our opponent have in their graveyard? I guess they have a Dredger and 1 Narcomoeba. So we're going to shock this in. And we're going to wasn't exactly what I wanted to do now that I think about it, but we're going to Thought Scour ourselves again. Yield to this. Another thing, and another thing. And we're going to play Gurmag Angler here. So we're going to delve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pay black. And pass turn. Guess we could have got in there with the myth. It's my bad. Okay. Bring back Bloodghast. So I think we're going to have to step on the gas here. Is this a Cathartic Reunion? Something like that. This is a pretty intense matchup to hit right out of the gate here. Okay, flashback looting. At least. Okay, Shriekhorn, another looting in the graveyard. Many life from the looms. In the bin. No attacks from our opponent. Okay. So we are just gonna roll in there with this big nasty. We're going to get their block on. Second main phase. We're going to deploy this. Back it down, I think, for a swamp. We're going to play out a Spellskite. And then I think we're just going to leave up Stubborn Denial. Or maybe we should... Yeah, we're just going to leave up a Stubborn Denial. And once again, I guess there's not a... well... Conflagrate. Okay? So, as of right now, this second, they don't have anything they can get back from their graveyard to bring back the prized amalgam. It's worth noting that, of course, they do have the Conflagrate in the yard. And they're either not playing the new card, Creeping Chill, or they've gone halfway through their deck without seeing a single copy. Okay, Conflagrate on that guy. Okay. Well, there we go. Guess that's one way to pull one over on the old dredgers. So, bring in Thoughtseize, bring in Surgical, bring in the Rest in Peace, bring in Settle the Wreckage. So, I know we won that game on the back of a quick Angler and a quick Tasigur, but I think we have to cut them in this matchup. We cut the Collective Brutality. I think that we're just going to be digging for a Rest in Peace. We could bring in Dispel to counter their Nature's Claims, because we know they're going to bring those in. I think these cards are probably pretty bad. Let's see. I guess maybe the Geists. A Geist would be decent to have to help close the game. Not too fond of Engineered Explosives. I'm not 100% sure if taking out all the targeted discard is correct or not. Maybe targeted discard's better than a Spellskite. But once again, they're going to be bringing in Nature's Claims, and we're going to want to protect our myths. Stubborn Denial is probably a little less likely to be live. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we take out the Spell Pierce and the Spell Snare, and we'll put in 2 Inquisitions. So I think that hits Conflagrate, which I think will be our big problem. So, alright, let's submit like that and see what happens. Alright, so we have the Myth, we have the Dispel to protect the Myth, and we have 1 Fatal Push, so I guess we'll go ahead and just keep, and we'll see what happens. Right. Opponent's got the Shriek Horns, they can start milling themselves. We've got a lot of lands. Maybe we're supposed to keep in the Ghast and a Gorge. Okay. Maybe we're supposed to keep in the Delve threats. But I guess we're going to try and fight their creatures and hope that we can counter the Conflagrates when they're useful, or whenever they're maybe relevant. Okay, black and green, is this a Life from the Loam? Yep, okay. Surgical Extraction would be a fun draw here. Just grab a grave here. I don't think we're really in a hurry. 5 cards in hand for our opponent. One of them is a land and a something else. Go ahead and get the myth down. Opponent is going to continue milling. Add a Narcomoeba to their board here. Okay, Golgari Thug. That's a Dredge 4. Okay. Another Bloodghast. Might Fatal Push the Narcomoeba here, just to get a counter on our thing in the ice. Or sorry, on our myth. No blockers. Okay, so our opponent's going to get some things back from the graveyard. We'll go ahead and just Fatal Push the flyer here. And they'll go ahead and get their amalgam back. We're going to play a thing in the ice. Oh man, we are drawing a lot of lands. So we'll use the thing to block the amalgam. I think we'll just fetch an island with this. And there's only 21 lands in the deck, so this is a lot of lands. If we can get this thing in the ice to flip, which I think is our new game plan here. Conflagrate is a sorcery, not an instant, I believe. Yeah. So it's going to be a shame that we won't be able to. So we block the amalgam. Still taking 5, which isn't great. I think they're gonna get us this game, because even if we get a Rest in Peace, we're still kinda stuck. It looks like they're gonna go for the Conflagrate. Maybe not. Maybe it's the Life from the Loam. Put their hand size up and discard something. Nope, it will be the Conflagrate. Okay, so they can put that wherever they want. So yeah, they're gonna hit us for a lot here. So I think our out now is pretty much exactly Settle the Wreckage. No cards in hand, no Conflagrate in the graveyard. So even if we go here and hit, we're going to take a chance, because if we draw a path, I mean, I guess we could theoretically live for another turn. We do risk exposing some of our sideboard cards this way, but well, there was the path, but 2, 5. so we'd have to... no, we don't technically have to fetch to play that. So I guess we'll go to 1. And they do play Creeping Chill, so we won't pay 2 life. Play a Thing in the Ice, and we'll block their Amalgam again. And we'll be alive at 1, in theory. I know Dredge has a pretty crazy reputation. I actually think it's kind of a fun deck to play against. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm not missing anything, at least not as of right now. So we turn over. Oh, there's the Creeping Chill. Okay. Yeah. Uncounterable Lightning Helix is quite the drug. So, on the play, do I want to change anything? I almost want to bring in a Spell Pierce over something. Maybe a Fatal Push. Fatal Push just doesn't really do anything in this matchup. But Inquisition will seem pretty bad there. Alright, we'll do that. So if we can tag a Cathartic Reunion or something like that with an early counter spell, it's actually pretty good. So this hand is not going to get it done. Go ahead and mulligan that pretty safely. This hand is also very bad. We're going to have to mulligan to 5, I think. Especially if they kept 7. Okay. We will keep it. And we will put that on the bottom. Alright, so depending on... I guess there's probably nothing our opponent could show us that would make me want to mill this over right away. So why don't we go ahead, or make me want to fire off this extraction right away. It's something in his graveyard. Let me grab a Watery Grave. Not pay 2 life. We can deploy our Glacial Fortress here. Ooh, there's a Rest in Peace. So, I don't think it's correct to put the Rest in Peace down right now, because then they can just Nature's Claim it. With this way, we run the chance of getting Thoughtseize or something, but I think I would rather run that risk than play this into whatever form of anti-hate that he brought in. And also, he doesn't have anything whatsoever in the graveyard, so we would not be getting any value out of it. So, we'll go ahead and Thought Scour. Okay. Alrighty. Just waiting on a land. Ooh, looks like our opponent. So this Snapcaster is most certainly going to snap on this Surgical, but not on that. Let's see what our opponent's working with here. Wowee. Okay, so they brought in Lightning Axe. That's good to know. We're going to go ahead and take the Assassin's Trophy, obviously. Alternatively, well, here's what we're going to do. With this hand, as soon as one of these Bloodghasts hits the bin, we are going to hit it with this Surgical Extraction immediately. That might just wrap up the game right there. Okay. So opponent dredges the Stinkweed Imp and mills the Narcomoeba. Okay, there's a Creeping Tar Pit. So we are almost ready to get this Geist of St. Traft online. And again, if we can get those Bloodghasts and get this Geist down, I think we have a good chance to kind of run our opponent over here. Just need him to do something. Him or her. Maybe he or she will discard to hand size here and throw a Bloodghast into the yard. And if they do so, there it is. There's the Bloodghast. We're going to get the Geist down. Opponent's got one less Bloodghast in hand. Double Lightning Axe. There's no way this can hit our Geist, right? Yeah, didn't think so. So they have another Narcomoeba that they can hard cast potentially, which could be annoying, but we're just going to do this. And then I think between Surgical, Snap, Surgical, we should be able to put the game away. Unless there's something I'm grossly overlooking. Right, so there's a trigger. Bloodghast, pay 2 life. Oh no. So we got baited there for sure. Because I'm a big dumb. It's a little too excited. That's not a big deal. So we can still try and snap Surgical, but I'm sorry about that. Okay, and this is the Death Toucher. Yep. Not a problem. We have ways of dealing with that. Okay, so I'd really like a land here. Perfect. So we're going to do that. We're going to grab a Plains, since it seems like our mana development's coming along fairly well. So let me just take a look at their graveyard. Okay, so they do not have any more Bloodghasts in their graveyard currently. Path to Exile on this. Yep, sorry for that big misplay, guys. I'm sure there's a bunch of people just screaming at their monitors and fingers just flying across the keys at that terrible misplay there. Okay. So no more surgicaling in the face of fetch lands. It was of course one of those things that as soon as I had done it, oh that's obnoxious. As soon as I had done it, I knew what I did. Let's see. So do we snap path that? I think we do. Now they do have red up. I think we snap path and just keep the beat train rolling here. And then go for the snap path, keep the beat train rolling, and go for the aggro. Go all out here. So he's going to put that into the graveyard. That's fine, because those graveyards are going away. In fact, they're going away right now. Now we know he has the second Lightning Axe, but that's okay. Alright, so there you go. Esper Myth in the Ice versus Dredge with Creeping Chill and Assassin's Trophy. So there you go, Guilds of Ravnica impacting the meta already. The mana base felt a little smoother than I had dared to hope it would, just from one game there. I feel like this deck, again, despite my misplays and despite, I think we got maybe a little lucky, or wait, this was only, or was this game 2? I can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember. So we didn't actually win. I guess this is the only game we won. Or did we cheese them out the other game or something? I'm sorry, I don't remember. But Creeping Chill, join the game. Yep. Either way, first thoughts. The deck feels like it's a lot of fun, and that's exactly what I was going for, and it's in my favorite colors. I get to play some of my favorite cards, so I guarantee you will be seeing some more of this deck in the future. Go ahead, let me know in the comments what you think of it, just in the, maybe not necessarily specific cards, but of course if you have specific cards you want to suggest, or certain cards that you think should come out, be sure to let me know what you think. As far as I know, I don't think that Chalice of the Void is making a huge presence in the metagame right now, so I thought I would jam this here with all these 1-mana spells while I can. And of course, if Chalice picks back up, this is definitely not a deck that you would want to run in that kind of a meta. But either way, that was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing more of this, or some variation of this, in the future. So thanks for watching, guys, and again, let me know what you think. I'm excited to hear some feedback on the idea. Again, I know it's something like this is probably never going to be tier 1, but it looks like it might be a lot of fun. So, alright, thanks again for watching, everybody, and take care.